another one here for 12.5 for Dustin Blaker. Nothing. Oh, wait. Okay, it starts here. So he's got one suspect. Now, December 5th. This is why I wanted to point this out. So as everybody can see here, okay, Sergeant Blaker is submitting this to ISP on December 5th, right? December 5th. He has a redacted suspect listed along with Brian Koberger suspect listed. I thought you didn't get his name until December 19th. I thought you didn't get his name until December 19th. So how is Sergeant Blaker submitting this evidence submission receipt to Idaho State Police on December 5th, listing a redacted suspect along with an unredacted Brian Koberger on December 5th if you did not get his name until December 19th? Let's make this bigger. And I'll show it again. Because you can see here it says page 1 of 5. So I'm not confusing my motherfucking pages. It starts here, page 1. Case number M2022-4843. Date received, December 5th. From Moscow Police Department, Sergeant Dustin Blaker. Page 1. Page 2 starts. He has 2 suspects listed here. One is redacted, and one is Brian Koberger. But if you did not get Brian Koberger's name until December 19th, then why is he listed as a suspect on this form on December 5th? I mean, I'm almost positive, like I said, don't listen to me. I don't know shit, friends. You read the docs yourself. Come to your own conclusions. This is page 28 of what ISP just put up. I'll even link it in the chat for everybody as well, so that if you want to follow along, I did link it in the description of this live, but let me come and put this in chat for everyone. This is the link to the docs. You can follow along. It's page 28 that I'm on right now. Heather Mosher, I'm sure you have it. Darling, you'll let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Page 1 starts the report right here. Page 1. Page 1 is this. It's date received December 5th. From Dustin Blaker, Moscow Police Department. And he has 2 suspects listed. One of them is Brian Koberger. The other is this redacted person. And this is being submitted to ISP December 5th. But I don't know how they have Brian Koberger's name here on this form on December 5th if they didn't get his name until December 19th. So, I'm just asking questions. As usual, brainworms. You get my brainworms. So they had Brian Koberger's name December 5th, and they're listing him as a suspect in their ISP evidence submission receipt on December 5th. And I'm just asking questions of the investigators here. How in the actual fuck do you have him listed on this evidence submission form here if you didn't get his name for another 14 days? Right? December 19th. Isn't that what PAYNE testified to? Isn't that what they were going to use as their tip? The tip came in December 19th. December 19th is when they got his name. not December 5th, right? So, just questions, friends. Ask your friends, ask around. It doesn't make any sense. Payne testified under oath. Both sides stipulated they were going to agree to this tip on December 19th, and now we know why. And Taylor and them were like, yeah, go ahead, motherfucker. Say December 19th, bitch. Say it. Say it. Say it under oath. Say it under oath. Because we're not even 28 pages in, and we can prove you're fucking lying with your own evidence submission reports from your other lead investigator, asshole. Dustin Blaker is using Brian Koberger's name as a suspect on December 5th. Go ahead, say December 19th under oath, bitch. Say it. Trooper Proctor, say it. You're going to have to say it. I wish we got that with Payne. You're going to have to say it, Payne. Say it. But then both sides stipulated, right? Now we know why Aunt Taylor's like, yeah, sure, we'll stipulate to December 19th. No problem. We're going to impeach your fucking witness with your other fucking witness and their reports. It is what it is. December 5th, Sergeant Dustin Blaker is submitting an ISP evidence submission form here, receipt, listing Brian Koberger as a suspect along with another suspect. There are two suspects listed on this form for December 5th. And Payne testified under oath they didn't get his name until December 19th. And that's what they were going to let him testify to at trial. He was going to testify under oath at trial to that lie again. Already did it once and was going to do it again. You know how sick and demented that is? Thank God he's not a cop anymore. Thank God. Motherfucker straight up had no problem just following orders. Yeah, he was told, maybe he was told to lie. Maybe he was told to say December 19th. I have no idea. I don't give a fuck who told you what. You were in the military, bro. You took an oath. Are you serious? You're going to come into court and lie under oath. Really? Piece of shit. I'll say it. You're a piece of shit, Payne. I hope you're listening. I think he does listen to. I think he's one of the lurkers here because I always talk so much shit about him. The guy just makes me say, ugh, from jump, right? I'm like, there's something wrong with that one. Out of all of them, that's the one I'd be side-eyeing. But that's just me. But yeah, so Payne had no problem lying to the court, claiming that December 19th is when they got his name via this general tip. Defense is like, yeah, okay, cool. We'll let you say that under oath at trial too. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring Dustin Blaker up, and we're going to have Dustin. We're going to put this evidence submission receipt in front of Dustin Blaker, and we're going to ask Dustin Blaker to testify as to whether or not this is his. Did you submit this? What's the date you submitted it? And whose name is listed? And that's how you impeach Brett Payne in 5 minutes or less. Via the other lead detective with the other lead detective's own evidence submission form. You impeach one lead detective with the other. Isn't that insane? Think about that. That's how they could have done that, Go ahead, call up Brett Payne, let him say December 19th, not a problem. And we'll cross-examine him, and we'll get him to double down. We'll get him to double down. Right? Get him to double down in the courtroom under oath. Yep, December 19th. Yep, general tip. Yep, December 19th. Yep. And then call up Dustin Blaker and have Dustin Blaker read this report out loud to the jury and the date on it. Right? In 5 steps or less, you can impeach Corporal Brett Payne just on the date alone of when they had Koberger's name, because they had Brian Koberger's name according to Dustin Blaker here, and this form he submitted. They have Brian Koberger's name, December 5th. That is the date ISP is receiving this form from Blaker, and it has Brian Koberger listed as a suspect, along with another redacted suspect. So, very, very interesting when you think about it, right? So they had his name December 5th. Now let's think, now let's all think back to December 5th. And everything that's going on around beginning of December, right? Wow.